Hey guys, welcome to the Charm School Show, your weekly lesson in all things beauty, life, and health. I'm Kim.
I'm Krystal. Your hair looks good. It looks fabulous, by the way.
Thank you. I thought it needed to be extra fluffy on today.
On today?
On the day,
okay.
As we talk about this.
Yes.
So have you guys been watching Dear White People?
Dear White People.
But first things first, if you haven't already, hit subscribe.
Right now. You already know what the deal is.
No, we got our notepads today because there is too much to be discussed, and we didn't want to miss a thing.
There is too much to be discussed. So now that we know kind of like the basis of what the movie stood on, so now we're dealing with some racial tension and issues.
So you have some personal opinions because you went to a predominantly white institution.
I did.
Versus me, HBCULU.
Okay. Can I just say this though? Like after going to a predominantly white institution, I was like, man, I should have went to an HBCU. I really felt that way. However, my time at the college that I went to, university I went to, like I think we were so close knit, kind of like that's why I can relate to this movie is because we were like that too at school. Like every black person knew each other for the most part. Like,
well, a main character is Lionel. Yeah. And his storyline is so important and different. Like, it's a coming to age kind of story. This comes in as that nerdy, quiet kid with the afro, but at the party, that's where he kind of gets his voice.
Yeah.
Pushes over the speakers at the blackface party.
Right.
And he breaks the story. And so it's interesting to kind of see him evolve, too, and his coming out of the closet.
Right. He came out of the closet. He came out of his shell.
Came out that hair.
Thank you, Lord.
And I love a fro. Y'all know I do.
But his fro is like weird, kind of.
It wasn't a cute fro.
But it told you why, right? Didn't he like try to go to the barbershop and they were like, man, can't stay. I'm busy. I got somebody else coming.
Because he wasn't black enough to go to the black barber, and the white people didn't know what to do with his hair either. So he's just like, F it. I'll just. And I can relate because I was that girl. I was not black enough for the black people. That's why me and Tanya started hanging out because they were like, hey, you should hang out with her. That should be your partner because they didn't want to be my partner because I talk like a white girl. Yeah, and then so Tanya was like, okay.
I used to get that too.
It was really interesting to kind of watch his voice come of age, even as he grew as a writer with the paper.
Yeah, and then that grew into a romantic situation.
Right,
with the editor. That was weird.
I didn't expect.
Y'all gotta watch it. I know some of y'all like, what are they talking about? But I swear, if y'all watch this series, you're gonna be commenting below. I actually heart Lionel, and
you heart him because y'all have a similar bae. Y'all got the same thing.
But Coco said, you ain't missing out on a whole lot. Remember she told Lionel that? She knew that Lionel was feeling Troy, and she's just like, Troy and Lionel thing. I think that whole dynamic kind of gave me the, like, are they really finna? Oh, because I remember talking to my friend who had already watched the whole thing, and I was like, do they do something together? Do it, tell me. And he's like, no, I'm not telling you. But I was just like, why did Troy have to cut his hair with his shirt off and all that kind of stuff?
That's
like,
his bro, man. That's his brother.
Yeah, well, even after I don't know, whatever.
Do you think Troy knows?
Duh.
But you think he knows? Like the bathroom scene where they go out as bros and they're hanging out, and then he says, yeah, you want to come into the bathroom with me? And
he thought he was about to get some action in the bathroom with Troy. And Troy was like, come on, yeah. And they got this close. And I was just like, man, come on, Troy, don't do this to me, boo. Don't do it to me, boo.
For me. Be for me.
Look, because I can't give you what Lionel can give you. But, I give you. Okay, Troy's not a real person, Krystal. That's what I got. He ain't in real life. But I don't know. I feel like maybe he didn't know. But I think he kind of did.
Yeah, you think? But did he like it?
And if I was Lionel, I would have been pissed off too. Like, oh, you just want me to pee in a cup for your drug tests?
But okay, boo, all right. I mean.
And on top of that, before that even happened, the bartender he was friends with Troy was gay. And so I think at that point Lionel thought maybe he had a chance because this was a gay friend of Troy's, and so he's thinking, well, maybe that's what it is.
But from what we saw, even when Troy was campaigning, Troy's just friends and liked by everyone.
Oh, that's true.
He was making dumplings.
Right. Which is a statement in and of itself. Is like politics. Like, you're going to say and do what you have to do, you know?
And even a statement for black people that we have to be so much for so many different people to appease them, and we've got to tone things down, and there's just so many messages.
There's so many messages.
Even Sam, like her having to blacken up a little bit. Like she changed her hairstyle to kind of fit in with the Afro-M or whatever that was called on their campus. You know what I like Joella said though? When she was like, because Sam was like, well, you know I'm biracial. And she was like, you're Tracy Ellis Ross biracial. You're not Zoe Saldana. We know you're black.
I was like, oh. And Sam was talking to her boyfriend Gabe and was like, okay, if we do this, you know you can't say the N-word, right? Okay.
But I can say it a lot.
But I can say it.
And even call you that, and you can't ever call me that. All right, we got an agreement? Okay. I thought that was beautiful that they went ahead and set that tone, so everybody has no excuses.
No excuses. Beginning of the actual series, they kind of show the group of black people like, well, this is the AFAM group over here, and this is this group over here, and this is the black union here, and it's like we're all separated. And they kind of showed the difference between Sam and Coco of their views, because they both want kind of the same thing, but one is just react. It's almost like a Martin and Malcolm type of thing. You know, at the end of the day, we need everybody to come together. I know sometimes I feel like, you know what, black people need to get our own. We need to build Black Wall Street all over. We need to have our sense. But at the end of the day, we all have to get along, and we all need to love each other. Another highlight that I'm thinking of is Coco and Troy's relationship.
Girl.
Because in the movie, that bothered me.
I don't really remember the movie that much, so tell me about it.
Okay, so in the movie, it's similar to the actual series. But in the movie, it was just kind of like he was kind of dissing her at first. And then, you know, she warmed her way up. Kind of like in the series, how she was like, well, if I'm an alpha, whatever they were called in the series, like a wannabe, a.k.a., then, I mean, he'll like me more because yada yada. Child, she was just trying to get in. So in the actual series, I think that we find out like what her motives are. It's just like, you know, because I'm trying to get to a certain place. On the flip side, from Troy's standpoint, it's just like, Troy, why? Like, it kind of made me think of N-words, like, because here you are, just, you don't want to be committed, you know, you don't want to do that, you're just,
I'm telling you my kids' names.
Yes, I'm telling you what we're going to do, and then you're going to be this, and I'm going to be this, and we're going to do this, all this futuristic stuff, you're not stopping me. And see, I feel like a lot of men do that, and then that's when the deed makes you crazy. So go and watch that first video.
Still relevant.
I'm just Team Troy because
she gonna say it again and again. We'll talk about his affair or what?
Oh yes,
girl, that was an unnecessary addition to the storyline to me.
I think so too. Unless they have a season 2.
Nia Long just needed a job. It's like, why did they put her in and say she needed to be a lesbian?
I was all confused. I guess they needed that so that the dude from Prestige could have something to hold against him. Or whatever.
But he could have something else. I guess we keep getting back to the point that I think that Dear White People really brought out a lot of real issues, and I thought they dealt with it in a very real and raw way. You know what I mean? I don't feel like they held back on some things. Of course, they made it entertaining.
Right.
And I really hope they get a season 2 because I would love to see where this goes.
Me too. At the end, okay, spoiler alert, they're having a town hall for all the situations that are going on, okay? Now, some people wanted the town hall, some people wanted to protest. Well, Troy wanted to have this town hall. He wanted to do everything kind of nice, clean, and cut so that he could, you know, because his dad is the dean. And so his dad's not for... Dad is not for Sam and her militant friends and ways. Like, he's just not for it. Anyways, it goes on. And so Troy actually gets arrested at the end. The irony of it all is that at the point that I think Reggie was about to get arrested, he actually told Sam, this would have never happened to my son. Mm-hmm. This would never happen to my son. And then at the very end of the series, it actually happens to his son.
Right. So it was a circle back.
Whole circle. So I hope for season 2 because I really want to see what happens.
Right.
But it also goes to show that, so a lot of times we think, oh, that happened in Chicago, or oh, that happened, in California. In all actuality, it can be you. It can be your brother. It can be your sister. But anyways, guys, so don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
We thank you so much for actually watching this show, first and foremost. But don't forget to comment. If we skipped out on something that you want to talk about, let's have a dialogue. Let's talk about this, because that's what the show is made for.
Absolutely. If you want us to get more in depth with any of the episodes, we can't wait to go back and watch. So hit us up. We'll do that show for you too.
Yes.
Netflix and chill with us.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Thanks for watching.